Hey, folks out there, we are live. A couple people have asked me. They said, hey, I noticed your new lighting and all this kind of stuff. What do you do for that? Anyway, here we go. So they asked me, said, how's your setup? It'd be nice to see, hey, I'd like to see, how you set it up and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be real honest with you. One thing, all of us were in Ronnie's group, and Ronnie couldn't be here tonight. I even asked him if he wanted to come. I spot on just asked him one day. I said, what lights do you use? How do you use it? He uses, like, the big umbrella lights, has lights set in there and it bounces back and stuff. So I took that and I asked him, I said, what kind of lights should I buy and all this kind of stuff, and he turned me on to these LED lights. So I just want to kind of show y'all what I got, because I'm not afraid to share anything. I can show you my whole setup. I'll show you I have two monitors. I have dual monitors. I have a Microsoft webcam. I have a microphone that I bought. Let me come in with my cell phone, and then that way I can just show you around. Here is the webcam I use. It's a Microsoft webcam, sits on top of my monitor. Next I want to show the microphone. This is the microphone and stand that I have. It has a protective shield on the front of it for popping your peas. Next we'll go off and up to the left. There's a door that I have. About 45 degrees I have a light on a little clamp of a round silver light that has a clamp that I have up on the door. And that's the way I have that locked in. And I actually have it facing the wall, as you see here. Now up and to the right, you will see that I have a light that I put up on top of a camera stand. And also I have it at 45 degrees. And also it's bouncing off the wall. If you notice, I put these bouncing off the wall because it's plenty of light, and plus I don't get the reflection in my eyes, which I'll probably talk about in just a second. Up behind me on the left, you can see up on my windowsill I got a rope with my little sheet, black sheet behind me, connected to my other side where I have a shelf where the rope is connected to. No big secret there. And then in between, I have my sheets just sitting there in the middle, hanging over the rope.
I think it just goes to show you that you can turn any room into a TV studio.
That's it. I mean, that's the bottom line, really, basically. And, folks, here's the deal on the, Ronnie showed what he bought. I just went to Lowe's. This is what I did, the kind of the same thing, and I'll show it on here. You can see this is like a 20. I bought two of these. Okay, and these are, let me make sure I get it right here. It has the 650, oh, let me go to the other side. 650 lumens, and I don't know if you can see that. It's in the white area over there. Can you kind of see that?
Yes.
650 lumens. And I put two of those, and they are soft white. And I used those, and I said, you know what? I'm not getting the light that I needed. So what I did was I went and watched a couple of videos out on YouTube and saw how they did studio lighting and what they did for studio lighting and all these things. So I said, you know what? I like that. And what they did, they said they had these fancy boxes and stuff, and they turned one down that has 5 bulbs in, and this one has 5 bulbs in. And what they would do is they'd turn like 3 of the bulbs off over here, so it gave a softer light than the one with the brightness. And the other thing that I asked Ronnie, I said, Ronnie, why do you not do, I noticed that it stays consistent. It's like you're in this little room. He says, the reason I do that is because I do videos at 2 in the morning when it's dark, or I do some in the middle of the afternoon. I don't want any windows or any other light to take away or change it, because a lot of times I do consecutive videos, and when I do those videos, I want it to be consistent, which that brought up a great point for me. So I have a cover over the window. I didn't show you that, but I have a cover over my window in this room. So it's just this light stays consistent throughout the day, whatever situation is. I thought that was really good. So I went and got a big, powerful light. I got a very, very bright, and you can see here it should say right on there too, and I don't know if you'll be able to read it, but it's 1,000 lumens on this one. I don't know if I show. Let's see. Here's the white. See if I can angle it so you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but it's 1,000.
Yes, right there. Yes, that's.
But anyway, it's 1,000. So I got a real bright one, and it's daylight. It's actually daylight brightness. And then I got this one that's the softer white, So between that, what it does is it gives me some good color on this side, but actually whiter and brighter on this side. And I think it's a good contrast because it draws. And then I have my light on behind me too. I have a fan in my room with a light. I leave those on to give me the light at the top of my shoulders. So it gives perspective. And a lot of these videos that I watch and stuff like that, they tell you to do that, either a light behind or something like that. Bruce, you got something? Go ahead, fire away.
Oh yeah, thanks very much. You mentioned that these don't get hot, which I find interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But also, how much amperage is it sucking? In other words, are you going to blow a circuit if you put these strong lights in?
Not at all. As a matter of fact, you're going to save energy. It has estimates right on here on the energy that you save and everything else. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Now, these are very expensive. That last one I just bought was probably $50 for a light bulb. It's a lot of money. And the smaller ones were actually like $34. So it's not cheap, but if you read them, and I read a lot about them, and he told me about them. He's had the same ones, I think, that when he originally did it, and he's been doing this forever. So, but the LED light bulbs, yeah, I can actually touch them. Yeah, let me see if I can pull this one down. I'm gonna have to take my headset off for a second, but I'll show you in the camera. I'll touch the light bulb so you can see, and it's been on all evening. So.
Don't watch them get zapped.
Here we go. Can you see that? Now look, I can touch it. I'm actually grabbing that light bulb.
That's amazing.
I have a hold of that light bulb.
And it's just like a clamp. It's a clamp fixture that you can just squeeze and attach to a door or whatever.
Yeah, I just have a clamp light, metal clamp light, and I clamped it onto a camera stand on one side and a door on the other. Obviously, there's a bunch of different ways. There's some cool videos out there. People that have made PVC pipe and attached their lights to a little PVC pipe stand that they've created.
Well, you know, I'm really impressed with the lighting. It's really good, and especially for people who wear glasses, it's really hard to avoid the reflections. You have to put the lights to the side, way to the side. You can't have them right in the front.
That's correct, and you definitely want it in front of you, but in about a 45-degree angle. All of them said, and I don't know if you noticed when I was pointing to them because of where I was sitting. I am actually facing to the wall, so the light is actually bouncing off the wall. They're not coming directly at me, so even if I look this way, it's not really in my glasses. So the light is not directly in my glasses in this view and stuff. So that's one of the things that I really liked, because obviously when I go right here and I lift my head up, my monitors come into play sometimes and stuff like that.
So Michael, you have lights. First of all, your background is black. Then you have a light to your both sides.
That is correct.
And then you have a light above.
That's right.
But towards the front of your computer, right?
Actually, the light, and here I'll go back on the video.
It's called a backlight.
It is called a. They call it in Studio Talk. They do. It's called a backlight. Exactly. Let me see if I can videotape. I'm gonna take my headset off to do this, so you might not hear me, but I'll show you again just so you can kind of see, and you'll be able to hear me through here probably. So let me go back on.
Yeah, we are hearing you. Oh, sorry.
You hear me okay, right? Okay.
I'm hearing you.
Let me go here. My apologies here, folks. When I was setting this up and using my cell phone, I should have turned off the microphone on my regular one and left the microphone on my telephone, but I did not do that. So you're going to get double bleed of voice and stuff, but I hope you understand. I tried to make the picture better in those certain areas too. Thank you. And turn it on. Okay, I show up. Okay. Let me turn the camera again. Hold on. To the outside. There we go. Okay.
Okay, yes.
I got this light right up here. Okay, I have it right there. And I have bouncing off the wall. And I have that one angled toward the wall as well. Coming back toward my computer. And then I'm going to try and step back without tripping. I have a light above me. Just a regular fan and light that I have set. That faces, it's actually right above my chair. If I'm going to stand equal to it, my chair is a little bit in front, so it hits my shoulders when I do that. And sometimes, just depending on what I'm doing, you can see I unscrewed one light bulb just because it was too much light facing forward. But it gives enough light back here off the sheet and covers and takes care of all that kind of stuff. Did you guys see that okay? Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Thumbs up or something so I can't hear you. Okay. But that's my setup. I mean, that's why I have the two monitors, and that's the way I work right there with the mic in front of me, etc. Let me exit out. Okay. That's it. What other questions?
No, I'm impressed. It really makes it look great. It makes it look like it's really professional, and who would have known that it's a little room in your home?
Yeah. No, I know.
Here's
what the bulbs look like too. These are what the bulbs look like. I don't know if you can kind of see.
Mm-hmm.
That's the shape of it. It's got like almost like a frost cover over the top of it and everything. It's in a plastic thing. Very, very stable and well built. I mean, you can tell.
What's the wattage? Did you say, Michael?
Let me find out. I can tell you. I don't remember, but I'll find out. Hold on.
I think you mentioned 1,000 lumens.
It's 1,000 lumens, but when you start dealing with those kinds of lights, wattage doesn't mean the same as it does in an iridescent bulb, so there's really no comparison.
That's exactly right. And one of them says 65 watts.
Okay.
And the other one says 90 watts.
Okay.
But I would test it for your particular case. You know, if you look at Janet's background and stuff, she has a lot of light already there. And I don't know if you already have light set up or not, but I can just tell there's a lot of light there already. You know, where...
Yeah, there's an overhead light, and then when I do videos, let me just kick on my others, and you guys tell me if it makes it better or worse. That's what I've been doing so far, and that's a couple of fluorescent lights on a stand bouncing up towards the ceiling, and then I've got fluorescents like yours in the ceiling fan kind of up above my head.
Okay.
But, you know, I don't know if that's adequate or not.
You know what I really like is I like the fact that you've got a darker background. And using a simple curtain is really nice, Michael, and that's what Ronnie's using. And I guess what it does is it makes you stand out from the background. It almost gives you like a 3D effect rather than having a bright white background and door. So Janet, just a suggestion, you could somehow do something like Michael's doing with a rod, and I think that's what I'm going to do as well.
Well, you could even make, because I've thought about this too, because this room it has a bed back there, but I can put like a V-shaped, just some PVC. I mean, if you can go down to Lowe's, get some PVC pipe, make a frame. All it has to be is an angle frame, enough to put the sheet where it covers the distance of me, and it comes to either side. You can cut, and then you can move it around. You can go to different places. You can go, you can do all kinds of things with it.
Yeah.
Something like that, or even if you can find something that has that. That works too. I actually looked into buying some light stands that they have, and I just didn't want to spend too much money, and I knew I was going to spend the money in the bulbs, and that's what's important. And I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it turned out pretty nice. I mean, I really do.
All people are going to see is the results of the light.
Yeah.
They're not going to know what stand you're using. So, I mean, pretty is nice, but it's not necessary.
No, that's right. And I got tired of showing like my bookshelves and my whatever, the bed behind it in this room, whatever. I mean, you can just hide so much stuff that it's good with that kind of stuff. I mean, that's the reason that I took this route. And like I said, I ask a lot of questions. I'll ping somebody in a heartbeat. Hey, you look great. What do you do? And they say, well, I went to the beautician today. No, that's not what I meant. No. No, but that's why I had to make some kind of change and get something in here, because if you remember, my wife she works at Hobby Lobby, so she got this sheet that was yellow. It used to be behind me, yellow with some lines in it, which I thought was kind of cool. But when it shows up on camera, I look like a bumblebee. I mean, it just didn't look right. So that's why I had to change. I said, all right, I got to change something and make it look more professional for one thing. I felt like, so that's why I did that. Jenny, you got to go.
I do.
I figured.
I
go.
do.
All right. Hey, well, be sure and share. Send me some.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya. What other questions? Anybody have anything?
Well, I think this is great, Michael. Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate
pleasure.
that. Yes.
Absolutely, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've got to find something to replace this. I've got a shadeless, one of those old-fashioned Art Deco lamps that stands about this high, and I've got that with a compact fluorescent screwed in and a paper plate taped in front of it so it reflects off the wall and back to me. And it's sitting on top of the other computer, and I'm not happy with the lighting, but that's about all I can work in this
Well,
little
and
bitty space.
you know, and you laugh, but I tell you what, when I first started, I got one of those little spiral bulbs that they make now,
Mm-hmm.
and I had two little lamps sitting here with wax paper from the kitchen that I actually paper clipped onto there to block the direct light. I tried that too.
Yeah.
This is the best though. This was really fantastic as far as the like I said, when I did the looking online and the YouTube videos that I saw where they had the 3-point lighting I looked for studio lighting in interviews, because interview it's at random places, so they do the 3-point lighting is such a key. And I noticed Terry just put something in. This was great. 3-point lighting is the secret sauce. There you go. See, he just verified that.
Mm-hmm.
And here, I'll pull that up just since I am doing this. There you go. Maybe I do have to put a background in there because my bald head, Jeffrey will say something every time because he won't be able to read. He'll say, you need to either move your bald head or...
No, you see, no. Well, your head is white, so it against that black background, you know, it's very picturesque. It's very picturesque.
All right, I did not want to make this too long. I just wanted to show everybody and all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to stick around, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast for anybody because I know some people wanted to see it that were like.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Michael. I
overseas
really appreciate that.
Yeah.
By the way, sorry, what I was asking, I'm
Is it
not
about lighting?
about my lighting.
Oh, okay, good. I want to hear it.
I have an LED just slightly behind. I have two screens, and the LED light, which is like a hanger, it's just over the back of my two monitors. Then off at the top there, I inserted 4 fluorescent lights, which are the ones that save energy, the long-lasting ones. They're very expensive, and that gives a soft overall light in my office here. How does that? What is the vision or the receptivity that you guys are having from your end? Can you see me clearly, or is it distorted, or what?
Jeffrey, can I see? Years ago, I was a photographer, so I know a little bit about studio lighting and stuff. Jeffrey, one of the easiest things to do is just go and turn off that light that's in back of you, and then we can see a difference.
Okay, just a second.
I think the screen makes all the difference in the world.
You see, I turned the light off.
Yeah.
That one was over my head.
Okay.
I can go and turn one on that is way over here, and I'll do that. So there's one way in the corner, and I just turned that one on.
Now, the lights in front of you, Jeffrey, can you make those stronger, or can you bring them closer to you?
The light, this light here,
Yeah.
I was told to keep it at the back and not in the front. You want me to bring it forward?
Bring it forward closer to your face so it illuminates your face more.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
and
about that?
I think the light behind you is too low. It needs to be way up. And I don't know do you have like a fan like I described?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Maybe go with just one bulb in that.
Yeah.
So it's coming down on your shoulders. What you want to do is you want to build perspective of distance.
Okay.
And that's what I learned from watching those videos. You might want to turn the one up above and only have one bulb shooting down. But he's absolutely right. You need to get that angle right too. On top of your monitor might not be enough of an angle. It's more of a versus the 45. The 45 I've found, and I tried it. Like I said, I had lamps. I had all kinds of stuff. And you correct me if I'm wrong, Bruce.
Oh no, I think you're doing everything right. I'm just suggesting that
He brings
Jeffrey,
more light on.
whatever he's using in the front there, if he can get it a little more powerful,
I agree.
and then like you said, do the upper one, just maybe one bulb
Yes.
for a slight backlight. I think
that was much better. Whatever I just saw, Jeffrey, say something.
Yeah, what was that?
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's much better.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
that's much better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So
Yeah, that's
that
very
is
good.
Now see on Jeffrey, on your right cheek, on
Yes.
the right side of your face, if you could get a light on that side of your
On this side?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
on that side of the desk,
Yep.
Okay.
then that would fill in that side of your face.
Good. Maybe I'll buy another LED light and put it on the desk there.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good. And keep the light off at the top here, right?
Yeah, because it's almost too bright, and it's throwing your head is throwing your face into shadow.
Okay.
It's almost too bright behind you. You know, either leave it off, or like they say, take it down to one bulb maybe. But what you've got there?
Well, the back one. I think he's got a back one on now. That's the issue. I think if it's up above, he'll be fine. Just with one maybe or two or whatever. I don't know how many you have up there, but yeah, absolutely, Andrew.
Yes. I have two and two. I have 4 lights in the fan. There's a fan and 4 lights coming down from the fan, just like yours.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of they are fluorescent twirly ones, you know, those energy saving ones.
Yes.
And so that's it.
It's exactly what I have. It's exactly what I have in those up there. I have the exact same thing in those.
I will then, instead of having all 4 on, I can put 3 on, and I can turn off 3 and leave maybe 1 or 2 on and see
test it. Yeah, test it. See.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like Bruce was saying, it's a matter of moving and putting that second light in and just moving them around till it gets comfortable and where it looks presentable. And ask somebody that you're with. I mean, do a hangout with us, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
We can give you feedback as you go. So it's good.
Okay. That's
all right, guys.
good.
I'm going to stop the broadcast. We'll talk a little bit afterward. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming. Anybody that came. And you guys can stick around if you want to in the film strip if you want. Okay.